morning. Today, this team made up of Alberto Martínez de Dios, Guadalupe del Carmen López Isidro, Yolanda Méndez Vargas, Marina Morales Morales, and Grecia Casanova Martinez talks about Final Word Unit 2 Business Etiquette. Well, first I will talk about business etiquette in New Zealand. Business etiquette and protocol, relationships and communication. New Zealanders can be somewhat reserved, especially with people they do not know. Once they develop a personal relationship, they are friendly, outgoing, and social, do not appear to forward or overly friendly. They respect people who are honest, direct, and demonstrate a sense of humor. They trust people until they are given a reason not to. If this happens in business, the breach will be difficult to repair and business dealing may increase or become more difficult. Punctually. They value time very much. They expect the guests to be punctual. Any delay must be reported in a timely manner. Business meeting etiquette. Appointments are usually necessary and should be made at least 1 week in advance by telephone, fax, or email. It is generally easy to schedule meetings with senior level manager if you are coming from another country. If the meeting is planned well in advance, it can be difficult to schedule meetings in December and January, since these are the prime months for summer vacation. Arrive a meeting on time or even a few minutes early. If you do not arrive on time, your behavior may be interpreted as indicating that you are unreliable or that you think your time is more important than the person with whom you are meeting. Meetings are generally relaxed, however, they are serious events. Expect a brief amount of small talk before getting to the matter at hand. Present your business case with facts and figures. Emotion and feeling are not important in the New Zealand business climate. Maintain eye contact and a few feet of personal space. Clothing. In business meetings, they are formal and conservative attire, although the jackets can be removed and worn with the shirt levels rolled up. A dark suit, white shirt, and tie is suitable for men. For women, tailored suits or not very revealing dresses are recommended and few accessories. Negotiations. The negotiating process takes time. Do not attempt high-pressure sales tactics. Demonstrate the benefits of your service or products rather than talking about them. Start your negotiations with a realistic figure, since this is not a bargain culture. New Zealanders don't expect to haggle over price. Kiwis look for value for their money. Do not make promises you cannot keep or offer. Unrealistic proposals. Kiwis do not generally trust people who have to oversell. They are quite direct and expect the same in return. They appreciate brevity and are not impressed by more detail than is required. Agreements and proposals must state all points clearly. All terms and conditions should be explained in detail. Stick to the point while speaking. Kiwis appreciate honesty and directness in business dealings. Typical food in New Zealand. Fresh, diverse, and delicious, Kiwis love their food. While you're in New Zealand, seek out a few of the following quintessential Kiwi foods and drinks. The first food that mentioned the article is next. 1. Crayfish and seafood. With more than 14 kilometers of coastline, it's not wonder New Zealand is home to some of the best seafood in the world. Known for its amazing crayfish, the small town of Kaikoura has seafood caravans dotted along the coast. New Zealand lamb. Succulent and tender roast lamb is a favorite for Kiwis. New Zealand lamb is held in high esteem throughout the world and is one of the countries to export meats. Hangi food cooked under the ground. The Maori hangi is a traditional earth oven style of cooking, now saved mainly for special occasions. Foods cooked in a hangi include chicken, pork and mutton, as well as pumpkin, potato, and kumara. One of the best places to enjoy this cultural feast is Rotura, in the central North Ireland, where you can also taste food that has been steam cooked in naturally heated geothermal pools. 4. Fish and chips. Best enjoyed while sitting by the beach on a balmy summer evening. Fish and chips are a Kiwi favorite, consisting of fresh fish coated in a crispy batter then deep fried, along with a generous serving of hot chips. You can find fish and chips in almost every town in New Zealand. New Zealand wine, beer, and other drinks. In terms of wine, New Zealand punch above its weight. Enjoy full-bodied Pinot Noir-like and fruity Sauvignon Blanc and the deep, peppery flavors of a New Zealand Syrah. Craft beer breweries are gaining popularity as are cideries. 6. New Zealand pavlova and fruit salad. Best Kiwis are passionate about good ice cream. Be sure to try Hockey Pocky, creamy vanilla ice cream with teeny balls of crunchy honeycomb. New Zealanders also love pavlova, a meringue-based dessert that's topped with whipped cream and fresh fruit. Pavlova is a permanent fixture at the Christmas table. For something a bit healthier, try some New Zealander stone fruit or a fruit salad featuring delicious kiwi fruit, feijoas, and passion fruit. Now then, my classmate Alberto Martinez de Dios will talk more about the topic.
Topics to avoid during a business meeting. 1. Do not show up late. Showing up late is another way to show that you are unprepared and uncaring. You must be ready to start the meeting the same as a day at the office. You must be punctual in order to maintain a professional reputation. 2. Do not come unprepared. Nothing shows more disrespect towards your boss than showing up unprepared. It tells them that you simply do not care about them or their business. This is a pretty easy way to get fired if that's what you're aiming for. A meeting costs the business money since it is taking employees away from working. If you are not contributing to the meeting, you are basically taking the day off. 3. Do not show down others' ideas. It is important that a business meeting, every idea is respected. This will enforce others to share their ideas even if they are unsure about it. A successful meeting must encourage all to speak. The purpose is to bounce ideas of each other, which means that if members are afraid to share their ideas or they know they will be shut down, they will not want to share. 4. Do not show up half awake. Just because your meeting day isn't going to require as much energy as a typical work day does not mean you can stay up late the night before and watch your favorite movie until 2 a.m. You must contribute. In order to contribute, you you have to be awake and able to think properly without nodding off every 10 minutes. Your meeting is to discuss ideas, but I will not be easy to concentrate when you're catching up on some shooter. 5. Do not distract yourself and others. When in a business meeting, it may be difficult to pay attention for so long, especially if the meeting is going to take up 8 hours or longer. You may get restless. It is important to remember, however, that your company is paying for this time and place. Every minute counts, so you must remain until it's over. 6. Do not have a meeting go longer than expected. This will typically be the fault of the host boss. If your meeting lasts too long, you cannot expect your employees to stay past the scheduled time. This will essentially be holding your employees' overtime unexpectedly. This will most likely affect morale amongst employees, causing an unsteady relationship between employees and employer. 7. Do not prepare a meeting without reaching a resolution. Since a meeting will cost a lot of money, it is expected that there will be some worthwhile results. Whether you solve a problem that has been troubling you, or you come up with a solution to a potential up- upcoming issue, you must make your meeting constructive. Number 8. Do not allow eating if it is a serious meeting. Eating can be distracting, so if the meeting requires concentration and heat, eating should not be allowed. 9. This is obvious. Do not fight. Unfortunately, some adults regret to children were arguing and many begin to shoot and or get physical. Remain mature at all times, even of if others might be irritating. A neon can get frustrated when trapped in a room with your co-workers for hours on end. The professional whilst maintain calm and focus on the task at hand. This should not be a consideration, as it should go unseen that fighting is unacceptable behavior. 10. Do not have your meeting in a space that is unsatisfactory. One way to have an successful meeting is to hold it in a room that is dark, unclean, and unorganized. For a poor environment will surely lead to a loss in morale and most likely put employees to sleep. At terroristic group, you will not have these problems. This may also be a sign to your employees that their boss does not care to spend money on their employees. Now, then my classmate Yolanda Mendez Margas will talk more about the topic.
Hello, good morning. My name is Yolanda Mendez Vargas. The topics to career conversation and business meals. Many entrepreneurships do make business appointments over lunch or dinner, and they are especially common when it comes to talking about specific topics or when the objective is to gain the trust of a potential client. Likewise, they allow you to carry out a meeting without occupying other productive moments in the agenda. Local business investigate in advance the current circumstances of the sector of your interlocutors. What are the obstacles and challenges to overcome? What are the opportunities? What opinion do you have to contribute to this subject? Culture. Another topic of conversation that will help you widen your personal branding, find a common ground to talk about travel, music, books, movies, art in any of its forms. Lectins show a human side when she time about the sport of viral content and social media. It will be easy to establish an emotional connection through these topics. Books. You can talk about the last book you have read, the one that is on the door, or ask for literary suggestions. In this sense, you will be able to get to know the people around you more, and it is never a bad time to learn new things. Economy. Show what you are informed about global events. They might not necessarily be about finances and general. There are news of relevance for the country and the world. International business. The business dinner will take an interesting turn when used reality to take stock market a question, news, global trends, etc. Come up for discussion. This will also help yourself as an up-to-date and smart person. Now, my classmate Guadalupe will tell us more about the topic. Thank you.
What's not to do are our business launch. The Giro's menus. First things first, a business launch is not about going out for a drink with your office mates. There is simply socializing with colleagues. It's a business meeting usually in restaurants and typically with someone from another organization or at least someone which don't work your team, and the conversation will include business topics such as sales, agreements, organization that benefits both parties. You may think a business launch it ain't a easy thing to do, but in reality it is filled full full of potential pitfalls and gaps. From the choice of place to what food you chose, whether not you drink alcohol, what the bill is paid, there are number of these things that can wrong. Avoid complicated food. The first thing to think about when organizing a business launch is a choice of restaurant. You have to find a place with balanced eating environments. It is better not to order something difficult to eat. I usually choose restaurants that have a level live atmosphere so that you can talk without being hear other tapes happens in those that are to get but not have very loud music because if you have to raise your voice makes it very difficult to have a meaningful conversation. Avoid spaghetti or fish with pepperoni sauce or anything that requires I love you for, such as chefs they during a business lunch. I want to focus on my company and not have to fight with what I 18. Drink or not, you usually consider that there are people who follow certain ethical or religious rules, but you be reserved a table and a prepared restaurant. One of the big questions is, can I drink? It is best to avoid alcohol because the social atmosphere of a restaurant can easily make use for you that food as business purpose. If you have a to you may relax too much and there is a grain to the something that you will later regret, he says. It is important to stay focused and with your professional shine. One glass drink is perhaps not a wise choice. A middle ground is subject and relation to the subject or drink. Let the other person take the lead. He says sometimes it helps to relax. It's a way of talking about deeper issues with a little more freedom.
Fish and chip ingredients: wheat flour 2025 grams and a light more too. Flour the fish. We very cool beer 2018 5 million Royal just 3,000 we Phyllis hack or cut 5,000 gram potatoes for friend, one medium per person or for friend salt. Fish and chip preparation. In a bowl we put the cool beer apart. We mix the flour with the royal tip juice and we shift the mixture over the beer at the same time. We beat meat some manual roast. We dry the pieces of fish with well it absorbs vapor. This is an important, especially if we use fish that we have used before. We salt them to taste and we pass the torch before shaking the excess. With this we will ensure that the butter does not dry. We heat plenty of oil in a deep frying pan over medium heat and we will not start to fry or piece of fish until the oil is hot but not smoked. We green continue at the correct temperature is we drop them of the butter and immediately bubble for around it. When the oil is ready, we pass the four fish pieces through the butter and carefully place them in on the oven flame. We fry them for about 3-4 minutes on each side, depending on the thin of the fillet until golden brown. As the heart, we and remove from the oil and the drain on dry or cold sides. If we put the on butter, they will be less cured. We share accompanied by fried, cooked peas and orange slices, then with some flour with some fry.
Es ensalada, ¿verdad? Ay, se tomó.
Ahora acerco la cámara y no me acerco yo. Ya volteé al otro.
Mira, quité la cocina en celular. Esto que vos ves. Pero de concha está bien.
Ese otro.
Me agarraste en el plato.
Quita la mano.
Sí, me has tomado foto. Estamos haciendo. Tienes la forma. Pero lento. ¡Tarán! Así queda. Con... Ay, que ya sale ahí, sí.